Hi guys, welcome along to round 3 of 2022 as we try to chase down an 80 or better score at my home course, Freshwater Bay on the Isle of Wight. As you can see, we're teeing off on hole 1. Wind's not actually as bad today as it has been of late, and so pitching wedge in hand, but I do pull it to the left, probably about 30 yards or so from the green. Got a chip in here with the 56 degree. Land that pretty damn close. Short game has been on fire as of late. And a putt here for par. Just drag that to the right slightly, and it does mean that we start off the round with a bogey. So moving on to the second hole, and as we know, driver has not been my friend as of late. I don't think it's going to get much better throughout the course of this round. I will inform you, but I am working on it. Going to get this thing sorted out. It is the one thing holding down the score at the moment. That driver's only 126 yards, 3-iron in hand, and I chunk that one down the fairway, and it rolls off here into the rough. Take 5-iron to try and make up some distance and leave it short left with a 56 degree in, and not a bad shot, but it has still left us a little bit away from the flag. We've got the gap wedge in hand. That's been pretty handy over the last few rounds from in and around the green edge, but this time greens are a bit firmer and it rolls on by, leaves us with a pretty tricky putt for a double. Hold your breath, and there we go. A poor putt sees us have probably a couple of feet, 3 foot knee knocker for a 7. We managed to square that one in, but it is a triple bogey early on in the round. It's going to leave us a lot of recovery work to do throughout the course of this one, but onto the par 3 third. I've got 8-iron in hand. Just trying to play it down the right hand side. We managed to achieve that just shy of the green. And once again, we've got the gap wedge in hand, just trying to bump it on down there. Left it a little bit too far to the left. But once again, opportunity for a par putt. This time we read it right, and in we roll for the par. That hopefully will get things moving nicely along as we move on to the par 4 fourth. Tee shot here. I didn't take the camera up onto the tee because as you can see, those other guys out there on the other tee coming down the 18th. Pitching wedge here. Caught it a bit fat. Couldn't quite carry the distance needed, so we've left it a little bit short. Got the gap wedge in hand again. Fly it quite well onto the green, but it just doesn't roll out. So another tricky putt here to save par. Roll it on up there, but pull it a bit right. But it is only a tap-in bogey. Okay, moving on to hole 5, another par 3, 167 yards. Got the 8-iron in hand again. But once again, a little bit right and quite a bit short. We're about 30 yards short of the pin. See if we can get in close here with the 56 degree. Nice little floaty shot in there. And that does give us a pretty good look at par. As you can see, the weather's particularly good on this day. Already taken the coat off. And we roll another one in. Pars on the par 3s, or at least we've had pars on 2 of the par 3s. Moving on to the par 4 6th. Block the drive out right. 177 yards, into a bit of trouble, to be perfectly honest. Don't like to be in this kind of position, so get the 9-iron out, more of a recovery shot, and just get it on down there and give us a chance to get it close with the third. So now we've got the gap wedge in hand, 95 yards to the pin. Bit long there with that first putt, gives us a little bit of work to do on the way back for the bogey. Nice and steady as we go, another bogey on the card. Does take us to 6 over through 6 holes as we line up for the par 4 7th. Driver in hand again. Trying some different things in this round. I've really got to try and get this driver sorted out, but only 101 yards with the driver. And there we go. Take one bad shot and compound it with another. Took 4-iron, really should have gone much higher lofted club there. 9-iron from out of the rough, just to try and get us back into play, give us a chance, and then 56 degree punched into the green. This one here for the bogey. Pull it. So that is going to be a double on the card to take us to 8 over. Compounded one error with another, unfortunately, on that hole. Really should have used some better course management with the second shot. But we move on to hole 8. Driver in hand again, persevering with it. Trying to get back in the swing of it, but really struggling with it at this stage. And again, not the greatest hit. And we're in trouble again with it. 149 yards that one, and leaves us with a terrible lie here. Can't really get a decent stance on it, let alone anything else. And the result of that is a very, very poor shot here out. And then I compound that error with another error, taking the 2-iron, which I only punched 210 yards down the line there. So I take out the 7-iron, flare that one right. That was 146 yards, which was actually pin high. It was just a bit inaccurate, that's all. 56 degree here, let's see if we can land this in close. Nice high shot in towards the flag. Can we save the double? Yes, we can. So, 10 over going through 8 holes. And it's the driver, realistically, and some course management that's causing our problems today. And once again, another poor drive. Flared to the left this time. Only 130 yards, and again gives us a difficult playing position, but managed to get a decent 9-iron onto it. 56 degree here, this course a bit fat and unfortunately leaves us short. So we need a decent rescue shot again here with the 56 degree. Need to get it in close to try and get out of here with a bogey, and it is a good shot. Still a decent length on the putt though to get out of here with the single bogey. But our putting has really been our saviour. Short game and putting is absolutely on fire at the moment. Once that driver is back in play, the scores, I think, are going to really start to tumble. Moving into the back half of the round, 11 over. Picking out the driver once more. And not actually the worst drive. 207 yards, pulled a bit down the right hand side, but I'll take that on this hole because it leaves us with 102 to the flag, 56 degree in hand. It's actually right at the front of the green today, the flag. I actually fly over it with the with a full shot there with the 56. So we're on the green for 2. Putting back towards the front of the green here. Pull it a little bit left, but I'm happy with that putt. It's well measured and leaves us with the tap-in for the par. Let's turn things around on this back 9. So here we are on the first par 5 on the course. Driver in hand again. And pulley hooky shot to the left. 155 yards is all we got out of that one. Taking my medicine, 7-iron here. Get it on up there, over the ridge. 143 yards. And a 4-iron here is splayed a bit left. Perhaps should have took the 7-iron, to be honest, and just, you know, caressed it on down there. But 164 yards onto the top of the mound here. Probably see the flag just fluttering away over the top. The 56 flies a bit too far. Misjudged that shot a little bit, and we're left here with the gap wedge, and I'm extremely annoyed with myself with my camera positioning for this particular shot, and you will see why in a moment. Gap wedge from the edge of the green, bump it on in, and it's a par. Back-to-back pars, and we've kind of turned things around with that shot. Moving into hole 12. Distance-wise, not bad here with the driver, 227 yards, but it is flared out to the right, and it's actually on the opposing fairway. Take an 8-iron just to get it on down, it back in play. It was actually quite a poor lie, and again another 8-iron from here. And I've never actually been this side. I've never been right here. Within, I think I've played sort of 30 odd rounds at this course and never been in this position before. But 56 degree from this awkward lie. As you can see, the weather, it's a bad strategy. I went down to just the polo. It wasn't quite warm enough for that. We'll see that in a moment. But the sun is out. It's quite warm, but not warm enough to just be down to a single layer. Pull that putt to the left, and we're going to get out of here with another bogey and 12 over going through 12. So moving on to the par 4 13th. Driver in hand again, and again pulled low this time to the left. Only 129 yards, a very poor lie. So just try and dig a pitching wedge out of there and get us back into a playable position, which was actually a very decent shot. 56 degree here. A little bit too much sauce on it though. We go over the top of the flag. That's going to leave us with a pretty decent putt going back up the hill. Feeling confident over this one, but just pull it a little bit to the right. Again, I'm not too bothered because it's just a literal tap-in for the bogey. Right, so we're moving to the back-to-back par 3s. Here we are on the drop, hole 14. Got 8-iron in hand, playing 164 yards to the middle of the green. And it's a bit of a pull to the left, unfortunately, and we are going to find ourselves a little bit short. So pick out the 56 degree. Let's get it on up there or close to the pin, and we do that just a little bit past, but leaves us with a very easy par putt. Still a lot of break on it, as you can see though, so still had to make it. Okay, so tricky hole this one. Hole 15 is a par 3, stroke index 4, playing 175 yards. I've got the 5-iron in hand, and I'm just trying to ease this one down there. It's probably the best shot of the day with an iron, to be perfectly honest. Well, a long iron at least. It's a bit left of the flag, and it's actually slightly long. Got the 56 degree out and just didn't quite put enough on it. It was a A decent effort though. It's downhill. Can't quite tell, I don't think, from that shot how downhill it actually is. Putt here drifts a little past the flag, and here we are setting up for the bogey putt, should I say, and let's see if we can get this one in. So there we are, a bogey. Let's move on to hole 16. Another pull to the left and another pretty horrendously short drive with the driver. I could be taking 9-iron and getting further than I'm getting with that driver today on most occasions. 134 yards is all we managed to get out of that one. We've got a tricky shot here with the 9-iron. The pin position is on the top tier to the left, and trying to land that shot is going to be an absolute nightmare. I did manage to land it on the top tier, but it did drain back down here to the bottom, and we got a monster putt here, and this has got to be one of the putts of the day. It actually lips out, and as we get up to it here, you'll see just how close that finished. That was one of the putts of the day. Absolutely astounded by that one, and we get out of there with another par. Moving on to onto hole 17, another par 3 uphill with the 7-iron. It's playing probably 165 yards today, and I flare it out to the right. Not too bad an effort though, because it is actually pretty much pin high when we get there. Once again got the 56 degree out so that we can try and float it on in there. And again, another decent effort. Leaves us a little bit to do though here with the putt. We'll give ourselves a chance to get out there with just the bogey. So, last hole. Downhill with the driver. Well, we get it moving right today for one of the first times today. I think our best drives today have all gone right. I actually ended up on the other tee box, so I had to take a drop from here. And the 7-iron is a great effort over the pit of despair and leaves us with the 56 degree into the green. Land it relatively close. Still fair amount of work though to do here to get the par. And a bit bobbly that putt. Leaves us to the left, and we are going to hole out here with another bogey, and that is 16 over. Our best round so far at Freshwater Bay, and to be perfectly honest, I don't know how I got that score. It was a total scramble from start to finish, and a triple on the second hole, a couple of double bogeys, 7 and 8, and apart from that, you know, we were just scrambling our way around. If the driver had been on song, clearly it would have been a much better round, but we'll take what we've got from it. And 84 is my best round at this course so far, and thoroughly happy with that. Only 29 putts. I mean, we did have that hole out with the gap wedge on the par 5 to make par, but even so, 29 putts is absolutely astounding. I've also put up on the left hand side my Arccos data, because I wanted to explain to you guys, although I am playing off of 21 in terms of my club handicap, I'm playing far better than that. I think the videos are proof of that. So I'm currently, according to Arccos, playing to a 13.8 handicap. So I've got the stats there, strokes gained, comparing it to a 13 handicapper, and you can see where I'm giving up my shots. I'm better than a 13 handicapper in putting and short game, but in terms of driving and approach play is where I'm really losing the strokes. So that's where we're going to look to make the improvements over the course of the next few rounds. I'm going to be hitting the driving range to try and sort some of that stuff out as well. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button. tell your golfing friends about my channel. Let's get some other people watching these videos as well, and give me your feedback, what you think maybe we should be doing differently with the videos, how you guys are playing at the moment, how you are enjoying my game. But in the meantime, until the next round, see you later.